So one of the interesting things that I do for the past 3 years is I've written in a page every night. So I go back and I look at what I was doing a year ago. So I thought I would share that. Almost sneezed, not quite. It's interesting to me to see the parallels between what I was doing a year ago and what I'm doing today. I don't know if you've seen the movie Inside Out. If you haven't seen Inside Out, you probably don't want to listen. Spoilers. I thought about this with the 5 characters prompt that we had. When we read a book or we see a movie or we write in a journal and read a year ago and we connect the same lesson. In Inside Out, at like the climax of the movie where Joy has a change in character, grows from her situation, I read a book that said, and this is all over Kung Fu Panda too, you can see why those movies are all connected. This is by Eckhart Tolle from The Power of Now, I think, or from A New Heaven and Earth. He says, inner peace is when the sadness of impermanence merges with the joy of being. So what feels infinite, like energy can't be created or destroyed, right? There's a finite number of energy. When that infiniteness in the present moment merges with the sadness of impermanence or the sadness of how things change. And Inside Out, the core memories at the end and what Joy notices is that a sad moment turned into a happy moment for Riley. So the merging of the core was happy and sad at the same time. The joy of like what feels like infinite being, like things that can never change. Like my being, like my awareness and my consciousness sort of feels infinite because it can change and grow and everything, but it doesn't like decay as fast as normal things do. It's when what feels infinite merges with what is impermanent because maybe that's on a spectrum. Makes sense? Kind of. Happiness and sadness, I don't necessarily think they're exact opposites. Maybe there's more of an apathy that's the opposite of it. We like to put them on like a spectrum and say like sadness is bad and happiness is good. But really, maybe there's a quality or a sort of essence to both emotions that's good. Like a level of sadness can remind you of what you value, and a level of happiness can remind you of what you value. Or when Joy was sad, she was able to remember what Riley valued out of sadness. Because when things change, when things go away and change, it makes you sad, right? That's because you valued something. So I think that's one of the core lessons of that movie, at least that I got out of it. Sadness and happiness can both lead us to a place of gratitude and of valuing things. They're not, one isn't good, one isn't bad, but there probably are extremes to either that are not healthy. Maybe. I don't know. Alright, it's 8:41. I'm going to raid and watch some VEDA videos and then go to sleep and start waking up early, because I want to try that. Keep being you, TVA. Everybody, Palka, I love your faces. Hiccup. Hiccup. Goodbye.